Okay, again, we have my sister and her boyfriend, Kenneth Vaughn, again, and we're going to go into a little bit more, couple more questions for you guys. And one of the first questions that I have is, how do you guys feel about having friends outside of your dating relationship? And let's go with you.
Well, it's kind of easy for me because by me here in Georgia, I have no friends. Everybody that knows me, I met through Kenny, so they became my friends. Like, of course, why are you looking like that, Vicky?
Okay, I'm just letting you talk.
Okay. So it's kind of, it's not hard, but I get a lot of the, you know, ooh, he's, I don't know what you're doing to my boy. He's changed. He's toned down a little bit. He's this and he's that. So the biggest thing with that is he'll say, nah, I'm not like that, but they see a difference in him. So far as the friend thing is concerned, I think he has a little bit more to deal with than I do because you're around a little bit more than I am.
Friends.
Yeah.
When you asked the question, your question was, what again? Make sure I heard the question right.
How do you deal with friends outside, or do you even have friends outside of your relationship, the dating relationship? It could be friends of the same sex or the opposite sex. And another thing I didn't ask in the question, do you think friends are necessary and to be a part of a relationship?
No. Friends aren't necessarily.
I disagree. I
don't think they're a viable part because I know people. Because I'm careful with the word friend. Because some people are associates and passing. So I'm careful about who I call a friend because, you know, I think I'm a very private citizen. And, you know, that's where I go with. I'm a private citizen. You know, it is what it is. So, who I call a friend, I'm careful about that. I'm good with that. I have associates.
Okay, but everyone that I've been involved with,
that don't mean they're your friends. That just means people you met through me.
But you have introduced me as this is my friend.
Well, you've met
85%
people through me.
Yeah, everybody's met everybody that I know through you.
I don't know.
Besides Vicky and Kim.
You met Vicky and them before. I mean, I met through them.
But I only met Vicky and Kim, but Sherry, Connie, Mark, Kim, Chuck, Vicky, Simone, all of them I met through you. And those are...
All them associates are not friends.
Okay.
Yeah, pick out the friends you want to be friends, but I'm just saying. Because everybody you name, I associate and I know. I'm not going to call everybody a friend.
But get back to the question, I do think friends are very viable in a relationship because it's important. Because I have friends that's in Houston that when I'm upset or I need to reach out or just to get a little insight, just, you know, I feel like everybody needs somebody to be that person to actually, whether they smoothing it out or just hearing you get out whatever it is you need to get out or share with. So yes, I think friends are very vital and they need it in a relationship because sometimes they help you balance or sometimes they help you not only balance, they help you, they may be going through something, have been through something that you're going through and they can help you, you know, identify that a little bit better. So I think it is a very important.
That person I haven't talked to in a while, so I'm good.
And I tend to agree that friends are very important because you have an outlet to vent when things are not going on. And then you have an outlet to share when things are going perfectly. So not to just have, when you have one person that you're dating and they're all that you put your attention on and inside out, that can put a lot of pressure on that individual for you to be their everything. And I don't believe one person can be one person's everything.
And that's why I said, I'm learning throughout this relationship because my first marriage, my life revolved around my husband. Before, if my girlfriend didn't want to go to the mall, I'll be like, well, girl, hey, let me call and see what we got planned before. I would be like, yeah. I don't do that anymore because I feel like I hurt myself. I put myself in a situation where I thought I gave you all of me and I end up getting hurt in the process. So I don't do that anymore. My thing is you should be able to go around your peers and hang and vent and get whatever community, and me as well. So I do me. If I feel that I am being smothered, I do me. And Kenny, no, look, I'm going, I'm gonna do da 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 da, and it is what it is.
Don't think everybody, regardless of your situation or what you've been, don't think everybody is gonna take that for granted. Don't think everybody's gonna be like, you know, that's going to be respectful. And I get all that, but don't think everybody's going to take that and be like, you know, okay, she's not moving because, you know, I don't want no movement. Everybody's not going to take that for granted. I mean, I appreciate you. Do you, whatever you feel like doing, express yourself, whatever. But, you know, I never try to hold you down a lot.
But that's the whole point. Another man would never get an opportunity to make me feel like that because I've grown.
But everybody don't want to do that to you.
That's not. But baby, you taking being offensive now because it's not being. The question was, and I'm just answering the question. I'm not. This has no bearing on you. What I'm saying is, in my past relationship, I lived that life where I put him first. Before I do that again. You know what I'm saying? Any other man that, and I say this joking and you laugh at me when I say, I went to what I call, you know, as a little common joke, I say my ex-husband's last name was Mayberry. I went to Mayberry University. If I learned one thing is I don't put all of me to one man. I would to a manly man here on earth. I would never do that. And then I've also learned that I'm giving one man so much of my time, and the man that actually wakes me up, and I'm not giving him as much time or a little time. So that's why I tell you all the time, I don't want you to never stop doing what you were doing when you wasn't with me, for you to have whatever enjoyment you was doing to hang out with your friends, because I don't want you to ever tell me or try to persuade me or try to convince me that's not the way to go, because I'm at that point in my life is, hey, life is too short, and if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And it took me a minute to get there because each relationship that I've ever been in has always been, if he said, let's go to the left, I'm going to the left. Maybe, but I wanted to go to the right. No, it is. And when you have that, we bump heads now because you can say it's cold outside and say, Kenny, no, it ain't hot. And you say, no, it may be cold, hot outside, but it's cold to me. I need you to respect that I'm cold, whether you may be hot or not. And that's the point that I'm saying. I've always catered to the other and took the low ride to say it is. If you told me it was cold, okay, it's cold. I don't do that anymore. And that's what I'm saying.
Cool. I just happened to meet you when I was single. And I'm saying, you know, I just met you single, so, you know.
We got to live with anything.
I'm learning that. I'm learning all that, you know, you're going through them different emotions.
No, wait, I'm not going through nothing. I'm just giving you where I am.
I'm learning that, though. I'm learning all that.
No, you learning that I'm this person. I just shoot it from the hip. I say what I say. You tell me I have no filter.
Okay. And sometimes you don't.
I don't know. And I know I don't.
And I agree with you.
I don't have a filter, especially when you do something. I feel like I have to constantly, like he tells me today, I said, Kenny, you need it. He said, babe, you think I'm here? I said, you are, and I'm not used to that. You go over the top. Bring it down a little bit. Reach, you know, sometimes you can be very good.
Okay, so when you say needy, what do you mean?
When I say needy,
I want to know.
I say needy as in the point of when you're not used to having a man to show so much affection. Well, sometimes it can be overbearing for that person, and that's what I mean by he's used to. He wants to cuddle. He wants to hug. We can be in a car, and it might be, you know, he has expressed his point. Well, but I just got like this since I've been with you. Well, that may be true.
Because I have been like hands off, like, alright, I get with you when I get with you. You know, like, back up. Why you all on me? And now it's funny that the script done there.
Because I don't do that.
I need to ask myself why I keep doing it. What's up with that?
And I don't see that as being needy. I just see that as being affectionate. So he's a very affectionate person.
I've gotten there now, and I'm like scratching my head.
It can be, when I say
overwhelming,
very overwhelming. Okay. It can be very. it can be very, I mean, in a woman's point of view, it can be very, to me, it can be, and I can speak for my, it's sometimes very annoying for me. It's very like, can it really go slow? Go, can you go
So you
slow?
feel smothered?
I feel like, you know, and it's not a bad, I'm learning to, I appreciate that he appreciate me. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want him to misunderstand what I'm saying. I appreciate that he's showing me a side that he maybe didn't get to show the woman before me or whatever. So I get that. But
he probably didn't want to.
show, and you're right, he didn't want to. You're right, that he didn't want to. But I need him to understand, let me get there. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I gotta get there. You know, like, that's just like falling in love. You can't make anybody. They have to actually get there. So that's what I'm trying to tell him. Be a little bit more patient. Let me get there. Because
you're not a very affectionate person. You have your moments.
Right.
You're not a very
I mean,
person.
I look at myself as saying, you know, I guess the affectionate part of me is saying, yes, I know I can be affectionate to my kids and to my grandkids and to my, you know, I only got one niece, but to my niece, to a certain degree. But then at first she can be lovable too and be like, ain't Candy gone? I'll be like, okay, why is she doing this to me? Why she, you know what I'm saying? But I love who I love, and I love how I love. And it's like with him, it's like he has to, I don't know, he gives me, it'd be like, really, why he gotta be all up here? Can he go away? But I understand that he's showing me that he cares in his own little way, and it's up for me. But I just need him to let me get there.
Okay.
Are you willing to let me get there?
Well, take it.
Are you waiting? Wait,
Well, take it.
okay. So we good?
Oh, wait, fast.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Woo! All right. Did you wanna add anything?
I didn't have anything to add to that one.
Okay. Do you feel some type of way because of how she expressed it, though?
Oh, no, I think that's a good thing to understand.
Okay.
So, you know, I have to respect that. So, you know, I don't have to take all that in stride.
And what I'm gonna need.
Because I probably won't change much.
Okay.
I'm probably going to keep giving her love. So you just have to deal with that. And it is what it
She'll
is.
get used to it.
And if it's overbearing, so be it.
No, what I don't want you to do is,
no, because
if
I'm
you
not going
stop,
no.
you get offended.
And then that's the
Hell
whole.
yeah, she'll be feeling some kind of way.
No.
You
I don't know how I would feel because I haven't got to that point. But my question to you right now is, what I'm saying to you is, let me get there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm never going to stop loving you.
And I'm not asking you, and I don't never want you to, but let me get there. Let me get there.
Do you?
I tell you, I'm a work in progress. Just let me get there.
Yeah, I'm a work in progress.
Okay, let me get there.
That's good. That's
Whatever
good.
work for you, but irregardless, I'm going to keep loving, so it don't matter.
Let's move on to you made mention earlier that you have 3 kids and you have 2
boys.
2 boys. What is family to you guys? What does family mean to you?
Oh, wow. Because I think that's what's interesting because we both love family. We both express the love of our family. I see it how she communicates with her daughters. You know, I had the opportunity to meet 2 of them in New Orleans, and one of her best friends and so. You know, her heart is really genuine. She have her allegiance to who her folks is now. I met her mama and her sister here in Atlanta, Georgia. So, you know, so I know she is about her family. I even went down to Megan met your daddy. But he's a good guy. I enjoyed it. He made me laugh, you know. But, so, yeah, I love that family. Just all of that.
What about your
because
family?
I'm close to mine. You know, I have a brother and a sister. My dad passed. My mom's still alive. I'm close to my cousins. You know, like any family, you know, I have our little disagreements, how things should go, but at the end of the day, it's all about family. And at the end of it, that's all we have. And I love that about her. And for my family so far she's met, you know, they bond, they clicking. Everything's been good, and I like that, you know. I really do like that. Oh, that's beautiful. That'll be like, Man, where you get her from? What's up with you don't get it. But I'm one of the people that don't take people around my phone. I'm one of them.
Yes.
I don't take people around my mom, my sister, or anybody.
And to interject, we're the same way. We are the same way.
I just don't do it.
Yeah.
Anything just, you know, hey, I'm having a good time, I'm having fun, whatever. I don't do that.
Right.
I'm just one of them, like, okay.
So for her to have met your parents, that was a big deal. Or your mom or your
Personally
sister.
speaking,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Because I wanted her to meet them. You know, my mom on the way to be 81 and you know, how many years she got left, but she makes me happy, so I just want my mom to say,
That's good. That's good.
Well, it was, you know, it was just one of them, but I'm just one of those people or guys, dudes, that just don't do it. Just be like, because I got me something new, I'm going to take over. I don't do that. I don't do that. Because at the end of the day, it might be a fly-by-night situation or whatever, but, you know, I'm just true.
What about you with family? Even though I know, but
I
for the video
mean,
sake.
yeah. I mean, family is very important to me. I mean, I value it. I mean, I'm the same way as well. I mean, I think my mom kind of like hit it on those. She's like, you ain't never introduced me to any of your men friends. I was like, look, I'm married to Ray, you met me. She said, but you never introduced me. How we met was like on a fluke or whatever. And she said, for you to tell me, Mom, I want you to, you know, meet Kenny, and we took you out there, and that was like something new to her. I mean, I'm the same way for us bringing people around my kids. That's a big thing. My kids can count on one hand how many men ever met, and that's important to me. I grew up where, you know, that you just, as a young mother with 3 girls, you just don't have your girls exposed around a lot of men. So that's something that stuck with me. I've dealt with it, and so for me to meet Kenny and have him to meet my daughter was refreshing. I mean, I wish that he would have met my baby, because that would have put it on the head. He met my oldest, which is receptive. She's very, you know, whatever you make my mom happy, you good. I think Chanel kind of like.
Right.
She kind of like had the feeling for like 30 minutes, and then, you know, it took her a minute to warm up to him, to check him out, to see what he was all about. But she called me back, and she got like, oh, he was pretty cool. He was a pretty cute cat, you know. He was all right, you know. So just to hear them say that he was okay, that made me feel a little bit better. Not that they were, you know, but it made me feel good that they. And it was most important that my grandbaby, she actually looked at me and she says, Grammy, you don't need no boyfriend, he your friend, right? I say, yeah, baby. She say, Mr. Kenny. So Kenny, we hung out all day. She had a list for us to do what she, so she did. Just me, her, and Kenny. She hung out, so she had fun. And the day we got ready to leave, she had a hamburger. And she's in the backseat eating it, and Kenny say, you not going to share? No, he asked her for a bite or something.
I mean, you didn't bring me anything.
And she said, no. She was eating, she got her car. She said, but you know what? I do have some French fries. You want some French fries? You welcome to the French fries. So I felt like she got a little open, because that's just not Myra. Myra is very on the reserve side, like whatever. But, I mean, overall, family is, you know, good. I think his family, to me, I felt that they received me, especially his mom, for him to say that, you know, she was going through slight dementia or whatever, and she may not remember. Both times I have met her, she has met me and say, I remember, how are you, baby? How Kenny doing? So it made me feel like, okay, y'all may say she ain't forgetting something, but she remembered me, and that was good for me. But
she have her days.
Yeah.
And I get that.
But I think everybody, even his sister, his brother, his sister-in-law, I think we all kind of like, you know, we got it together. I mean, but it is what it is. But see, on my side of the family, we kind of like, we're going to shoot it from the hip.
Because I don't take nobody around if I'm not feeling them. And I won't do it. Ain't no.
And see, and you know what? It's a big step for my father to receive you like he did, and then to receive you like he did. That was a plus for me because even my husband, he was like, what's up with that? You know, he had to give him the grub, but just to see you and him.
Yeah, my dad is definitely.
No, but he was straight though.
He's a very down to home.
I enjoyed it because when we pulled up, he was like, "What's wrong?" Hey.
He asked Kenny what was wrong. He said, "What's wrong with you?"
Ain't nothing wrong with I just opened the door for.
He said, "I thought
you will."
He said, "I thought something was wrong."
Why will? He said, "Cause you run around the door." That's how you keep her. I said, "Where you on that?" So I was enjoying that.
But then he told him too, "Hey, I guess I ain't whooped in because I ain't none of you."
Yeah, I mean, so that was a good experience. I thought that was cool.
That was.
Then I met your younger brother. He came through for a hot minute. Little bad little boy, little Rico, just jumping up and down. But he was cool, little boy. Hey, that little boy can do push-ups at such a little young age. So he keep doing push-ups, he gonna be big. Play some football.
Yeah. So family is very important for both of you guys. And that actually means a lot as far as the relationship. That tells you, as far as the growth, when you guys grow, that you've already got a family.
Right.
So it'll just blend in well.
We blending now.
Yeah, in that family.
I'm waiting for one of them Christmases with my boys and all their daughters come from Texas.
Yeah, that'll be really nice.
And she in the kitchen cooking. Oh, we gonna love that, because I ain't about to fuss it. Now, I get on the grill, baby, you know, I fry stuff.
I try to tell him, in a new relationship, ladies, remember this. You don't give all your secrets, and you don't give all you have to wait, and that comes with
draw me in
time. You have to make sure that, you know, this is what you want, because you don't want to pay. And I have to hand it to Kenny. He's been a cooking. You have cooked from day one.
But, you know, I do what I do.
But he loves it.
I gotta eat.
But you love it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to poison me or not. I do what I do. But I'm good, you know.
But you like to cook, though.
I'd rather eat than starve.
Yeah.
About like it. You just got to eat.
And he can really cook.
And I'm not going to just go out and eat. I don't know who in the kitchen working. Right. Somebody there, I don't know.
Somebody.
That's what I'm saying, though. But you know, I put love in my food. You know, I just get down. You know, I like to get down. I'll be like, look at that people after I cook something, like,
do you like it?
And I love that. I love that reaction to say, hey. So, you know, that's what I do. So, that's what family taught me. My aunties taught me, my uncle and them taught me, my daddy, my mom. So I got a variation of different cooks to say, do this, do this, do this. So that's what I do,
In a relationship, is cooking important?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
on whose part?
It's okay.
I mean, I don't want a woman that just can't cook at all. If she don't cook because, you know, I do what I do, I'm cool with that. But if she can't cook at all, we probably ain't going to have a whole lot in common.
Right. Well,
that's real tough.
That's one thing you ain't got to worry about. Even though I know you probably heard it before, yeah, she's one of the best cooks in the family.
That's a turn off for me.
What?
That if she can't cook, can't boil water, eggs, that's a turn off.
That is, isn't it?
Because, I mean, and I hold that to God. It is what it is.
Okay.
Now, I did have fun with her, but she can't cook, she ain't going to get far with it.
Okay. Well, I actually think that's it. This has been very interesting, very good. I really appreciate the time.
Hey, this started an hour.
No, we have to go to work tomorrow.
Well, we're going to go ahead and end this, and thanks again for both of you guys taking out the time.
Anytime.
No problem.